Hey, hey, what is going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. What an amazing time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. Listen, the SEC is coming after all of crypto. Make no mistake about it, they're coming after all of crypto. And when they're talking DeFi and they're talking the exchanges, they're coming after all of crypto. And you see how they pick the biggest of the biggest. They pick Ripple to sue. They pick Coinbase. They threatening Coinbase. And they are going to pursue Uniswap as well. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about all of that because I think it's hugely important. And I just got a message to all the maxis out there, the BTC, the ETH maxis, the XRP maxis, okay, the freaking VeChain, whatever it is, the DeFi maxis. It's time to wake up. Okay, it is time to wake up. Let me stop staying here. It's like it is time to wake up, guys. You got to understand that the SEC, Gary Gensler is not your friend. I hope that you tweet that out. Hashtag it. Gary Gensler is not your friend. It's time for people to understand what is really, really going on with Gary Gensler and the SEC. They are not your friends. They're not our friend. He is not our friend, without question. And it's time to end this whole BTC ETH DeFi maxi thing. It's time to end it because that's what they want. They want the camps. They want the isolated camps. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want these isolated camps so that they can come after each and every one of us. What's going on, Daniel Loth? It is great to see you, brother. Jay Korn is in the building. I know afternoon stream. I haven't done an afternoon stream in a while. So yeah, I wanted to bring this message. It's important to understand. It's not over yet. This fight is not over. Yes, I'm doing a live stream. This fight is not over. It is not over. And it is very, very clear. What you eat, baby girl? It is very, very clear to me that they want to bring this under the old cronies regime. That's what they want to do. That's why Gary Gensler is in the position that he's in. That's why he's there. It's not about investor protection. I hope you guys are getting it. And I hope you understand that you can do your part in taking the fight to the SEC. How do you do your part? By commenting on people's tweets, by retweeting people's tweets, right? By sending a letter or to your congressman, finding out who they are in your state, and stating to them that you feel like the SEC is not providing investor protection. They're not providing investor protection when it comes to the digital asset space. Just simple as that. I hope, I would respectfully ask that you look into the ongoings at the SEC with Gary Gensler. I do not feel that they are looking out for my best interest. That's it. That's it. And I'm going to share some things with you. We all went over the Brian Armstrong thing. I'm going to go over it again today for the third time because I think it's so important to get the bigger picture, my friend. Crypto Seeds, did you see the text I sent you about the video? I did see that video, Daniel Loft. Is that the one you're talking about? Right? This is the bigger picture, and I just hope. Oh. Yeah, I hear you. Look, I just think that this is far, the preeminent winner in this space hasn't been determined yet, especially when it comes to smart contracts, especially when it comes to layer ones. I really, really do believe that. And, I don't think it's important. I don't think we should sleep on Solana, sleep on Phantom, sleep on Avalanche, right? Arbitrum, which is a layer 2 solution. Optimism, which is a layer 2. I don't think there's going to be any one clear-cut winner. I really, really don't. I don't think Ripple with its digital asset XRP is going to grab all of the market share. For every McDonald's, there is a Burger King, right? And a Wendy's. And that's what I think is going to happen with Ethereum as well. I think there will be a McDonald's, a Burger King, and a Wendy's. I really, really do. But yeah, so this whole thing going on with the SEC, look, I think it's hugely important to understand that you can make a difference. You really, really can. How you can make a difference by commenting on someone's video who's pointing out the shame coming out of the SEC and their behaviors. You can comment on that video. You can give that video more exposure. You can retweet all these DAI videos, right? So that the Henmans and the Claytons of the world can be called to the carpet. You can play your part. Never, ever think that what you do doesn't matter. It matters for sure. So we're going to go over Brian Armstrong tweet as well. We're going to go over the market because, you know, the market is doing what the market does. BC Backer, I didn't watch his video, but he did in his thumbnail state that it was a lot of buyback pressure in reference to this recent crash. So I'm sure he believes that that is a good thing. And so, you know, awesome. That's cool. I bought the dips, right? I bought some more Luna. I bought some more Anchor, right? That's what I did, right? You know, I put profits to work and bought more crypto. I don't have to use any of my dirty, nasty fiat to do that, right? But never ever forget this is a big time fight. And yeah, was I a little hard on Brian Armstrong? Yeah, absolutely. Because now he wants to lock arms and he gets it. And here's what I'll say. Well, let me go to the bridge before I do that, because I think this is important. So before I start to get into the market and go over the numbers, let's hop on that bridge. Brooklyn and the bridge. Shout out to Danny Loft. Shout out to Crypto Kahuna. What's going on, Jay Coins? Good to see you, my friend. The SEC is not, Gary Gensler is not your friend. You can just hashtag that and tweet it out. Hashtag capital G for Gary, capital G for Gensler, capital I for is, capital N for not, capital Y for your, capital F for friend. Hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. What you do matters. Each of us need all of us. And all of us need each of us. Let's go. The digital asset space is our chance to win. You can't just stand idly by, though. You have to take the fight to the powers that be that want to take this away from you and give it to the incumbents like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Citi. You got to take it to them. Don't just stand idly by. Don't just hand over your hard-earned crypto and your dirty, nasty fiat over to these traditional financial systems that are owned by the incumbents. They're upset because we were here first. We were here first. And just like Tim Draper says, they all come together and lock arms and they say, we are not going to let this happen. Well, what do you say about that? What are you going to do about that? I ask you that question. What are you going to do? How are you going to play your part? Because what you do matters. What you do matters. I've been more active on Twitter today than I've been ever. Because it's time to put those dues in their place, but you got to take it to them. And we have to come together collectively as a digital asset space. Coinbase has got to ante up more than 150,000 to the pack. And the lobby group, lobbying effort. That's not going to cut it. So the market is doing what the market does. Shout out the network. I don't know if you guys got some of that network token. What happened here? What happened? Right? I don't know if some of you guys got some of that network token. I did. I ended up getting some of that. Anybody in tune with Sparkles? I got to get on the Sparkles NFT, maybe Telegram or Discord, and see if they're planning on doing anything with network. It'd be really, really interesting to see what is going on there with those dudes. Michael O2 is in the building. Uh-oh, we got some streaming issues. What's going on, Michael O2? Good to see you. XRP Joe is in the building. What's good, brother? SEC, Crypto Kahuna says the SEC stands for sue every crypto. Indeed, sue every crypto. Andrew Temby, what's good, brother? Hi, Siege. Thanks for all you are doing to educate and guide people. You're welcome, my friend. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, that's exactly it, Michael O2. What will happen to Flare Finance because it's a lending platform? And that's exactly the point. You know, if they get away with trying to deem everything a security, you know, then, you know, everything, the whole asset class will fall under their purview. And that's what they want. That is the goal. That's the goal. That's what Goldman wants. That's what JP Morgan wants. And they put Gary Gensler there because they need him there in that position. But we have to take the fight to them. You know what I mean? We have to take the fight to them. Yeah, gas fees and OpenSea are a killer. Indeed, XRP Joe. Have you checked out Immutable X yet? Immutable X, got to check that platform out. It's just, you know, one of the solutions to the challenges of gas fees on OpenSea. And of course, I mean, it's up and running, but Flare, you know, when Flare Networks gets launched and Sparkle's NFT gets launched, they'll look to do, you know, to tackle that problem as well. That's right. Crypto Kahuna sees it. He gets it, right? He says, that's right, Siege. I've been retweeting like crazy to expose what these criminals at the SEC are doing. And I'm telling you guys, that's how you do it. Shout out to you, Crypto Kahuna. You do your part and don't let anyone, including yourself, your inner self, right? One of the things we say in our business all the time is sometimes the enemy is the inner me. Right? You have to quiet that noise down when you're hearing yourself saying, it's not going to matter if I do something. It's not going to matter if I retweet this. It's not going to matter if I heart this. It's not going to matter if I get on Twitter and tweet something. It's not going to matter if I comment on someone's video to help that exposure get out for the fact that Penman and the whole Ethereum free pass was a big time sham and scam. You got to quiet that voice. You have to quiet that voice and understand that what you do, my friend, it matters very, very much. BC in the Matrix is in the building. What's going on, my friend? All right, so let me share what's going on in the market real quick. Where is Bitcoin at these days? So network is up while this market is down. Network is still over $2. I tell you, that thing is going to be something. All right, I see the market. $2.18 trillion. That's not bad. It's picking up a little bit. 2.18 trillion and up 0.8%. Bitcoin is at 46. So the total market cap is 2.18 trillion. Bitcoin is at $46,170. Ethereum is at $3,481, and Cardano's at $2.40. Binance Coin's at $416. Solana's at $188. And Solana is still up 70. Solana, wow, still up 73% on the 7 days. And yeah, definitely missed that one, right? So maybe there's still a little bit of a chance with Phantom and Terra Luna, $29 for Terra Luna. And Phantom is what? I have to look and see what Phantom is. All right, let me go over the rest of the market. XRP is $1.10. Look at Solana's in the top 6, man. Wow. Unbelievable. Shout out to those who were there in the early beginnings of that Solana ecosystem. Solana. Polkadot's at $28. Dogecoin's at 25 cents. Two stable coins back to back. That's interesting. Bitcoin Cash, $660. Chainlink's $27. Uniswap, $23.45. And we're going to get into that. It's down 20% on the 7-day because SEC is looking into investigating Uniswap as well. Terra Luna's at $29. Polygon is at $1.34. Let's see. Can I see? Phantom is $1.48. It's up 104% on the 7-day at $1.48. Yeah. Kind of makes some sense here. For me. So I'll be looking into that some more. And so shout out to the Solana group, the Terra Luna group. Without question, I know CKJ was promoting I believe Solana and Terra Luna in the day, so definitely shout out to those guys for doing their things. But what we're going to talk about again is some very, very interesting tweets from Stuart Alderati and of course Brian Armstrong. Where it is right here, Stuart Alderati tweeted this out. Some have suggested that you shouldn't be worried too much about an investigation because it's just how the SEC gathers information. That's like the city of Troy saying, don't worry too much. It's just a wooden horse. SEC is investigating decentralized exchange developer Uniswap Labs. The report comes out. The U.S. SEC is reportedly investigating Uniswap Labs, the startup behind the largest decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, right? So just think about this. And I want, and again, to the BTC ETH maxis, XRP maxis, the DeFi maxis, it's hope you're getting this big picture, what's going on with Coinbase. And now what we discovered about Coinbase and SEC, and now we're learning about Uniswap as well, right? Because I know there was at one time when the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit came out, you had the camps and you had the maxis wanting the SEC to win. Wanting the SEC to win quietly and sometimes very loudly on Twitter, wanting the SEC to win, to take down Ripple and XRP. Totally forgetting the big picture, completely forgetting the big picture. Just totally missing the big picture. And you guys know we've been saying on this channel for a while now that each of us need all of us. Each of us need all of us. And all of us need each of us, right? And so I tweeted out some things here. Let's see, did that tweet get out there? It don't look like that tweet went out. What's up with that? I did the tweet with Gary Gensler, and I don't see it here. Let me see if I can find it. But it came from, what is his name? Status. Right? Let me see if I have it. And I think this is the most telling thing. And I thought that tweet went out because I said, yeah, I don't know why it's not showing it there. Because I got people acknowledging that was out. It's obvious that the SEC is not at all committed to fostering innovation in the digital asset space. With this behavior, this came out in December, right after the Ripple SEC lawsuit. With this behavior, the SEC is engaged in an all-out attack on the crypto industry. That will be Jay Clayton's legacy. That will be his legacy. Now, I don't know why that did not show up. I thought for sure that I definitely did get it out. But, oh, there it is right there. Yeah, here it is, the tweet that I wanted to share with you guys as well. Brad Garlinghurst tried to tell you, Brian Armstrong, now you want to lock arms and come together? 150,000 to the Blockchain Association PAC. Hashtag anti-up Coinbase with your tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions in valuation, this whole IPO thing. It's time, yeah, it is time to lock arms, but it was time to lock arms, you know, when this suit was brought against Ripple in the SEC. So maybe you've learned your lesson and you can put the maxi thing aside and realize that the SEC is coming after all of crypto. And that's the thing I think is important, right? We don't want Coinbase going down. We don't want Binance going down. We don't want the biggest Ethereum project going down, the biggest Bitcoin project going down. We don't want that. We want more options. They're trying to divide and conquer. They're trying to slowly eat away at the digital asset space. That's the bigger picture. So, if they're not welcome to the digital asset space, they're not our friends. If they're not Brian Brooks-like, they're not Brian Brooks-like, they're not our friends. If they're not Senator Toomey-like, they're not our friends. Ron Hammond-like, they're not our friends. Representative Tom Emmer, they're not like that dude. They're not our friend. Caitlin Long, if they're not like her, they're not our friend. And it's time to stop cowing down to them and expecting them to save us. They're not going to save us, and neither is their traditional financial products. They're not going to save us. It's time for us to put our money where our mouth is. It's time for us to put our money where our mouth is. It really, really is. And that traditional finance product, and I'm talking to the content creators, you keep promoting those traditional financial products like they're our savior. They're not. They're not. They may say self-directed IRA, but it's really BlackRock. It's really JP Morgan. It's really Citi. It's really Goldman Sachs. Don't think your 401k is your 401k. That's a lie. It's not yours. It's not yours. It's theirs. It's their financial product. I challenge you to check out the fees that you've been paying for years, if not decades, in the TSP and your 401ks. I challenge you to read the book Pirates of Manhattan, rather. The Caribbean. I challenge you to read both 1 and 2. The digital asset space is your chance to win, where you can compete on a level playing field. That's your shot to win. Not some traditional finance product because of freaking tax deferment. Tax deferring. It's not. It's DeFi. It's places like Uniswap. It's places like Aave and Curve. It's places like Celsius, for crying out loud. That's where it is our shot to win. That's where it is our shot to win. Why? Because we can put our money collectively, put it to work for us. Think about that. 25 billion, 24.4 billion in assets under management. Somebody's getting something over there at Celsius. And Alex is heartbroken. You know why he's heartbroken? Because the vast majority of that is coming from financial institutions who get Celsius, and not the average Joe and average Jane retailer. Because the average Joe and average retailer or speculative investor in this space is still hung up on the old financial system, the old traditional financial system, still thinking it's their savior under this guise of tax deferment. You know, I want to support the system that's supporting me. SEC is not supporting me. Taxes are not supporting me. They're not supporting me. So in any case, you got to understand, and this is, again, This is the bigger fight right here. And so I'm hoping that these camps, these maxi camps are waking up. Maxi camps sounds so funny. I hope that they're waking up to the bigger picture. Oh, you thought it was just Ripple. Yeah. Ask LBRY what happened to them. Ask LBRY what happened to them. Here, I hear nothing out of the EOS camp. Like nothing. What's going on? Why do you think Brad Garlinghouse responded to Brian Armstrong's tweet as "Welcome to the party, pal"? Because he knows they left them out there alone on an island by themselves. And now they're talking about let's lock arms. We'll forgive him. But he's got to ante up. And 150K is not going to cut it, Mr. Armstrong. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. You better wake up. They're not, Gary Gensler is not your friend. He is not your friend. Without question, he is not your friend. Let's see here. Legendary is in the building. What's good, Legendary? King Solomon is here. What's good, Solomon? It's good to see you, bro. It is good to see you. It's time to wake up, man. It is time to wake up. And I'm calling out these content creators who keep promoting these traditional financial products. It's time to wake up. Like, seriously. How do you have Alex Mashinsky on your show and then never say a thing ever about Celsius? They have more assets under management than any platform in the crypto space. Any platform. Not just central finance, not just DeFi finance, any finance. They give back 80% to you and I. No fees, withdrawal fees, deposit fees, no fees at the moment, none. We've been doing that for years. And it's time we stop chasing all these traditional financial products who are masking their real intention, which is to rip you off. They're not looking out for you. How you want to be in the DeFi, you want the DeFi space, but you're taking your hard-earned capital and your dirty, nasty fiat and you're putting it back into the traditional financial system. Unless there's a health benefit attached to it, I don't get it, personally. If there's not a health benefit attached to it, I don't get it. Taxes, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Crypto Kahuna says the XRP army is not just fighting for Ripple, we are fighting for the whole crypto space. That's why we are called the smartest investors in this space. Indeed, right? And we'll see with Mr. Armstrong and whoever the other person over there, we'll see. They thought that they were on the good side of the SEC. They thought that the incumbents like JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Citi was going to welcome them with open arms. No, they're coming for your market share, bro. They're coming for your market share. They're coming for Binance's market share. They're not your friends. They laugh. I'll never, ever forget when I heard these words. It came from Tika Tawari, who was a Lehman brother. He was one of them. He said they laugh. He didn't even say that. He said they are laughing at you. That's what he said, like almost 10 times. Goldman's, JP Morgan, they're laughing at you. You're promoting some traditional financial product. They're laughing at you. The digital asset space is our chance to win. Flare Finance is coming up with some fun stuff. They're gonna be crypto platforms. They're gonna replace the traditional stuff. Why are you promoting that other stuff? Then they're not looking out for our better half. Why no videos on Celsius? I asked you. a platform that pays back 80% of the gross that they bring in to you and I, the depositors. The most consistent yield ever. That's why they have nearly 25 billion in assets under management. And again, I'm telling you, he was heartbroken when he said that we have to do a better job, because the vast majority of that was coming from the FIs who get it. Something to consider, is something to ponder for sure. I mean, that is the deal, is the deal, is the deal. Kenny, I cannot pronounce your friend last name, friend. I think that's Gwen. Who do you think the United States SEC are protecting? 94.7% said their pockets. I can't believe it's actually 5% that said investors. Unbelievable. And then I hashtag here, Gary Gensler is, I should have done that in all capitals, or at least the first letter of each word. Gary Gensler is not your friend. I challenge you to get on Twitter and just and hashtag that. I challenge you to do that. Hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. He's not looking out for us. He's looking out for his good old boys. That's what he's looking out for. The JP Morgans and the Goldman Sachs. They put him where they need him. You think he went to MIT by happenstance? You think he just needed something to do? He went there to learn from the inside, so he could come after your space that ultimately was started for you because of the 2008, 2009 disaster. Disaster. This dude here, he's another one who fell for it. Joe Lubin fell for it. We're pretty impressed with the SEC's understanding of this space. Tragic. Tragic. We're pretty impressed with the SEC's understanding of this space. What the man, oh man, where's Brian Armstrong's tweet? John Deaton says something here is really, really important too as well. I believe the SEC has made all the statements about decentralization that they're going to make. Lubin never worked for the SEC. He wasn't authorized to speak for the SEC. How was he so sure the SEC wouldn't provide clarity for other tokens? These are things that we need answers to. And don't think when you reach out to your respective congressperson in your state that it won't matter. It does matter. Reach out. Tell them that you don't feel like the SEC is acting in your best interest. Tell them about this Hinman speech. Tell them about that. They're familiar with it. Did someone assure him of that? Exactly. So this Brian Armstrong tweet has been going out all over everywhere, but I think Ryan Selke gets it. I really do believe it. He gets it. The SEC isn't protecting investors or promoting fair, efficient, and safe domestic crypto markets for their intimidation tactics. Their approach has been so poor, it's indistinguishable from an active effort to hurt American retail investors, which looks increasingly likely. Ryan Selke, he gets it. There is a reasonable political explanation for all this weird behavior. Gensler actually wants to be Treasury Secretary, taking a hard line on crypto and this is Ryan Selke saying this. I'm not saying this. Okay, YouTube. There's a reasonable political explanation for all of this weird behavior. Gensler actually wants to be Treasury Secretary, taking a hard line on crypto and coordinating a few headline grabbing moves under the guise, like I just said, of consumer protection will earn political points. My bet, Gensler himself or someone from his inner circle leaked the SEC investigates Uniswap story. Isn't that interesting, Solomon? An investigation is not an enforcement action. It's not news unless it's leaked by the right source. Then it's a good political stunt that looks busy. Strong arm the big US crypto exchange equals political points with Elizabeth Warren, who can harp on the consumer protection issues, equals news coverage. Do you see any other regulators making the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal so frequently? Equals delay access to new crypto products that might be popular. Crypto's critics in DC cannot win their arguments on merit, and it shows. The fastest growing sector of US tech, financial internet that keeps the US dominant in finance and the US dollar strong. User-owned economy that promotes financial inclusion. Why block it? It's increasingly looking like a personal political power grab by SEC leadership, not something done with the best interest of investors in mind. They hate that the returns have been phenomenal. They hate, not Gensler, not Gensler. There's the top 8 banks. Why do you think that? Look, they're laughing at you at 0.05%. That's what they're willing to give you. That's how much they value your dollar, 0.05%. We got content creators who are poo-hooing on freaking DeFi. Wake up, bro. Wake up. Are we going to run across some scams? Of course. And in the industry, there's scams. JP Morgan is the biggest, and Goldman are the biggest scammers ever. They're still around. They're the biggest scams ever. So of course there's going to be some scams in DeFi. That doesn't negate all the wins. We have average Joe and average Jane's taking a few hundred dollars and turning it into $1 million without them, without JP Morgan, without Goldman Sachs, without Chase, without Citi. You're not getting that in a self-directed IRA. You're just not. You're not getting that. You're not getting this, the struggling single mom who discovered the digital asset space, who only has a few $100s put into this space and turning it from a few hundred to $1 million. You're not getting that in the traditional finance space. So 6, it's increasingly looking like a personal political power grab by the SEC, and I'm not even sharing all of this. Man, wait a minute, I went through all of that and I didn't even share my screen. I apologize. I was on a rant there, didn't even see the screen. All right, I'm going to start from the beginning. The SEC isn't protecting investors or promoting fair, efficient, and safe domestic crypto markets with their intimidation tactics. Their approach has been so poor, it's indistinguishable from an active effort to hurt American retail investors, which looks increasingly likely. This is Ryan Selkes, CEO and founder of Masario, I believe it's called. Masari. 2, there is a reasonable political explanation for all this weird behavior. Gensler actually wants to be Treasury Secretary, taking a hard line on crypto and coordinating a few headline-grabbing moves under the guise of consumer protection. This will earn political point. My bet, says Ryan Selkes, Gensler himself or someone from his inner circle leaked that freaking SEC investigation Uniswap story. An investigation is not an enforcement action, but it is news. Unless it's leaked by the right source, it's not news. unless it's leaked by the right source. Then it's a good political stunt that looks busy. Strong on the US big crypto exchange equals political points with Elizabeth Warren, who can harp on the consumer protection equals news coverage. Do you see any other regulators making the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal so frequently? He asked. This equals delayed access to new crypto products that might be popular. Number 5, crypto critics in DC cannot win their argument on merit, and it shows. Fastest growing sector of the US tech, financial internet that keeps US dominant and finance the USD strong. User-owned economy that promotes financial inclusion. Why block it? Why block it? Why deny this single mom? Okay, maybe she even has 2 jobs, has a few $100s to put into this space, and she turned it into $1 million. A few $100s and turns it into $200,000. It's increasing look at personal political power grab by SEC leadership, not something done with the best interest of investors in mind. They hate the returns. They hate that the returns have been phenomenal because it will make them look like taxi medallion operators for cracking down. I'd like to assume positive intent, but I have not and will not. Brian's thread is more evidence that supports my suspicion that this is a more sinister and increasingly thinly veiled attack on crypto by the American financial regulators. Think about it. Think about it, guys. Hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. He is not your friend. Not your friend. Not your friend. He wants to invest under the guise of consumer protection. He wants to protect the American investor. Tell me how you're doing that. Show me that money that you're getting from all these disgorgement and settlement. Show me where it's going to the people. Show me where that money is going. Interesting stuff, guys. I'm telling you, it's a very, very interesting stuff. I've done enough ranting. What say you? Are you willing to do your part? Do you believe that what you do matters? Hashtag Gary Gensler is not your friend. What's going on, Keyless? Lady of Crypto is in the building. It's good to see you. FYC Finest says JP Morgan took Nikola, or is it Nikola, Tesla free energy patents too, and kept it from us just to make money. It's time to wake up. And again, to the content creators that want to promote these traditional financial products like they're on our side, it's time to wake up, my dude. Jay Dell, I got nothing nice to say about our government here in the US. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, look, we've been, Blockchain Backer said it one time, I thought it was hilarious. He said, we are the liquidity for Wall Street. The digital asset space changes all of that. DeFi changes all of that and giving us a chance to participate on a level playing field. And if the exchanges aren't going to get it right, we go to DeFi. If they're going to overcharge and try to become Wall Streets themselves, which is what Coinbase has been doing, then we don't need them. They need us. They need us. We don't need Coinbase. They need us. You got to get that. If they're not going to look out for us, if they're going to become Wall Street-esque, so I want to see them put some of that money up, or all the billions of dollars that they got. We'll see. We'll see. BC and the Matrix has got to bring the SEC to court in the people versus the SEC. Sometimes you got to stand up, and God, and for the love of God, please don't listen to Jim Cramer. Oh, what? What? Please don't listen to Jim Cramer. Bought and sold. Bought and sold. Holy moly, that dude. What's going on, Ben? It's good to see you. So, guys, that is the word on the street. I just wanted to bring that message to you. Number one, to understand that the SEC is not your friend. And number two, that each of us need all of us. And what you do, it does really, really matter. I encourage you to take a strong look at where you put your dirty, nasty fiat. You think you're just putting it in just a regular old self-directed IRA. You're not. You put it into their financial product. Something to consider, something to ponder. XRP Precision Beats is in the building. It's good to see you, brother. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to end this video. I've been ranting long enough. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. And that is, old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating, or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it.